What's up out there? We are back with another entry into the Learning Path of Exile series, and this time I can see you're a little bleary-eyed from all the discussions we've had lately, so we'll put the discussion stuff aside for a little bit and do some action in this video. A little bit of gameplay, probably long overdue, given that I've done a review and several videos since then and we haven't really done much action. So let's do some gameplay today, and in this video I want to talk about the endgame. People are all excited about it, talking about how you have to get there and burn through the campaign, and who cares about that? Get there as fast as possible, throw on your warp speed and just go. Get there and, well, what's all the big hoopla about, you know? What's the point of getting to the end game? And that's what we're going to look at today. So, the character that I have, I'll throw my little stats and stuff up on the screen. I know this doesn't have anything socketed. I am well aware of that. I know you're going to point that out. It's fine. I don't have this where I want it to be. I'm trying to get these all linked together. I just ran out of materials, and I know I can go trade, but I'm not interested in trading right now. I'm going to try to see where I go. And besides, we've got, what, a week and a half until the next league, so I'm not terribly concerned with it at the moment. But these are the current stats that I am running, and here's my defenses and everything. I do have 75s and everything, and this is basically the gear that I have on. Real quickly, it's not great. I know everything could be better, but that is what I'm running. So the main skills, I have dash set to spacebar. I have burning arrow as my main attack on this, but really what I really rely on is shrapnel ballista and holy flame totems. So I'm working on totems. I do have this flesh and stone aura. I didn't realize auras were a thing, so I've been trying this. I don't really have a whole lot. Basically, what I am looking at is what I have in my inventory. I know there's a place I can go buy some other stuff, but again, I'm on basically playing solo self-found without actually toggling solo self-found. So this is what I have to work with. I don't have any more of these to actually continue trying to get this linked the way I'd like. What I want to do is try to get maybe this shrapnel ballista or something. Not the shrapnel ballista. Yeah, the shrapnel ballista. That's the one. I'd like to get it over here. That's the one I'm running on my boots. I'd like to get that over here and then get a few more, be able to tinker around with a little bit more support gems, but that's kind of where I'm at with it. And I don't know, none of this gear is terribly great. I found this belt the other day. It looks all right. Some of this stuff I've been running for a very long time. I know it's not very good gear, but that's not why we're here. I wanted to just show it real quick. This is what I'm running, and this is what you're going to see. So when you get to endgame, this has always been kind of a question for me. What happens when you get to endgame? I mean, everybody wants to burn through the campaign as fast as possible and get to the endgame, and they tell you how deep it is and how much there is to do, but they don't really tell you what's going on. By the way, I do have all the stash tabs. I did catch them all on sale, so that's done and over with. And I got all the tabs that I wanted. I wanted it, one of each tab, just in case I collected something on it. It's just there. It's a one-time purchase, and I don't ever have to think about it again. So I've done that, and that's that. So that's over with. I get a lot of comments about that, but that's what I've done with this. So anyway, what you do when you hit the end game is you're going to hit this place here. There's an outside section out back we can go to and check out, but then there's this section here, which is basically this device here. Now, if I was to look at this and see that there are multiple devices, I would probably assume that some of this stuff's going to light up as we continue on. I don't know yet. I haven't gotten that far. There is some new mechanics that I've ran into, which is this Sister Cassia. I don't believe I've seen her in the campaign. And then this Tane guy, he came along and started doing some stuff, and I don't think I've ever seen that in the campaign either. So there are new mechanics that you get introduced into after the campaign. But what you're going to do is, if you have the map tab, you're going to collect a bunch of different maps. Now, these have different tiers. So here's the tier 2 ones. I believe they're tiers, and then here's like tier 3 or whatever. But these all have different maps on them, literally maps. So basically, if you were to play the campaign, you're going to run into the need to get lodestones or waypoints. Wrong game. Waypoints and stuff like that. You're going to have to do quests and things. Once you reach endgame, none of that applies. You're going to pick a map, and I'll just take this one, the alleyways. This is what I've been doing. So these are also items. You'll notice that this can be magical and have other stuff, as well as some of these can be, if I can find one, like this one. This one's got the higher tiered, whatever you call it. Words are failing me, but this is a basic white item. Then there's the blue items in here that have a little bit more modifiers. And then there's the yellow ones, the elites or whatever these are called, that have more items yet. Rares, whatever these are called. So if you were to, you can actually use your currency. I believe you can use your currency. There is a map one up here somewhere. Improves the quality of a map right here. So if I run this on here, it's going to give me 5% item quality and 5% quality on the map. And you can adjust these. I'm not sure what all currency works with it. I really haven't messed with it a whole lot. I just wanted to run one real quick and then show off what this does. So you go to your maps tab if you have one, and or wherever you've got them designated to be dropped into. You grab one of these things out. We're going to do the alleyways one here. Actually, you know what? Let's do a different one. I'm kind of sick of the alleyways one. Let's try Scriptorum, see what that is. So these are all different. So there's some, they basically take all the campaign levels and put them into something different. So you come down here to the map device, and there's a bunch of different options. You can drop this in. I know there's other things you can socket into this thing and click on. Haven't got there yet. This is kind of just a basic overview, so bear with me. But there's also other items you can select. Like if you want Einhar to come in here, you can click on that. If you want the temple thing in here, you can do that. There's the delve feature where you got to find this sulfite stuff, which I think is just finding the sulfite, so it's not that big a deal. And then this Immortal Syndicate, if you want to mess with that. Karok has some missions in here that are sort of catered in a way. Yeah, see, that's lighting up over there. So there's definitely more to this. And then there's the Atlas tab where you actually collect these. I have not collected any of these yet, so I don't know where to actually get these, or when I actually get those points, I have not yet found. But anyway, you click on the device, you drop your map in here, and you click activate. It is then going to light all of these up, and this is how many times you can teleport into and out of the map, or die, depending on what happens. I found this out the hard way. If you go in here, I think you definitely want to take a portal scroll with you, but you go in here, that's one entry into this area. So if I exit through there, that means that portal disappears. And then I've only got, what, six portals total. So anyway, we're gonna go run this real quick and I'll show you how I have been playing. This is definitely not the way to play, but charge in, get my totems dropped off, and then kind of just hang back. I might sit back here and shoot a little bit. I know this is not the best way to play, but basically kiting everything around. This is what I have found. There, we got a nice flask, it looks like. And you get some of the other mechanics that are in here, like this thing here, Crucible. I'm actually going to quit on my Crucible for this weapon. I don't know if I can get safe here. Let that stuff die. But this is where I've gotten. The stuff after this, I don't really care about Endurance or Frenzy at the moment, and reduced movement speed and cooldown, I'm not really sure I want to continue on with that, so I've just kind of moved on from there. I quit doing those. I know I could do more, but I didn't see the benefit there. So basically this is what I do. Come running in here, make sure I have 4 of these totems down and 1 of those. Looks like I can only have 5 at a time, because if I try to drop 5 of the turrets, 5 of the ballistas I should say, it basically stops at 4. I can do 5, but I can't do 5 with the other thing. So we just drop these things down. I think it's kind of unfortunate because I'd really like to actually stand and do combat, but some of this stuff's so thick it just melts you. And even if you're backed off and not really doing anything, you can't really just, you have to kind of orbit. You can't just stand still. Things will just decimate you. You'll get some weird AoE effect or something comes out of nowhere and just blasts you. So the premise of this is you need to go kill off, well, not everything, but you got to kill off enough stuff to go find the boss. Oh, they're not wanting to be there. Now you can sit in here and lob a few shots in if you want. Problem is, if you do that, some of that stuff will leak out and come and kill you. Been on that receiving end, like this crap here. Now, I do have a loot filter on. That's going to be an upcoming video. I want to talk about loot filters. So you'll notice that it makes a noise when certain things drop, like these cartographers' chisels. It's telling you something good happened, and you might want to go check it out. The default filters don't do that. The default filters leave a lot of garbage up on the screen that you really don't want to see. But pretty much this is what I do. Run in here, and I'll try to see what's going on with the combat. Like some of these elite monsters really just they take a long time to kill. So we need to dump in here and drop off some more totems. Let that thing burn for a little bit. I might sit here. This one doesn't look like it's shooting back at me, so I'm more comfortable sitting back firing on it. Some of these will actually start charging into you. Like these are attacking the totems more than they are me. This one is. Get in here, drop that off. And if I'm doing my job right, I would have this aura. But see, he hurts. He hurts, and not in a good way. So this aura that I have, actually I want to probably swap. The aura that I'm running does blood damage. I can't remember. It's like it does a bleed or something. Or it offers this sand thing, which is more of an evasion kind of deal. And I want to do a video on these things too, because this stuff here with this little symbol, I had a hard time figuring out what that was. I do now know what it is. It's more to do with crafting, but we'll do a video on that at some point. Actually, I want to dive into it and see how they affect crafting before I really dive into that video, but want to learn more before we go. But just drop off some stuff, heal up. And you can see how this thing keeps attacking, so probably want to drop my totems over in that area, let that thing melt down. And then we're going to drop everything off, get to this box opened up, and leave. Make a hasty exit, maybe shoot this stuff from behind. Nothing serious. I don't like whatever those things are. They chase you around and it kind of sucks. So we come over here. Let that blast away a little bit. Some of these really burn these totems off too. So you notice all those are gone, but the monsters are still here. These things are just melting these totems. Oh, yeah. So died once, no big deal. So we're gonna come out of there. And we come back over here, so you'll notice that one of these teleporters is now gone. So we'll go into another one, which starts me back up here. So if I was an enterprising individual, I would drop a map or drop a portal up here somewhere so I don't have to march through so much of this. And I've seen comments of people that say I don't run with the map open. I can't stand that map being open. Unless I'm traveling somewhere, I can't stand it. It drives me bananas to see that because it just obscures part of the screen. I know I can drop the, oh, not that. I know I can drop the, whatever you call it on there so it shows up a little bit less, but I don't like it on screen. Like if I'm trying to figure out what's going on, I find that it's just too much. We need to get out of here fast. Come on. Nope. This is not going to end well. So, some of these battles I've had to actually just back out of. There was one boss I couldn't even kill. Not a boss, but just like a rare. So, yeah, died once, unfortunately, but moved it forward. So basically what I'm doing with this is dropping my turrets, advance, and then retreating back, dropping turrets forward, advancing forward, and then retreating back, drop some more turrets, and then just following my turrets pretty much. So I'll come in here and drop those off, make sure something's blasting these. And watching these things get shot in the face is hilarious a lot of the time. Nope, don't want to do that. Want to do that. The cool thing is with this one, you can drop it with this Holy Flame Totem. You can actually drop it further in there. Have to play with fire here. But nothing's coming out of here, so I can just blast on this. Drop that Holy Flame in there. Let that thing work. Drop a few more of those. And there we go. That is kind of it. Oh, I don't want that on. Drop that out there. Not seeing my flame. Come on. Flame. Yeah, these things are just melting all these totems off. I keep wanting to say turret. Oh, it's those guys back there. So that is kind of how I roll with this. These guys need to die, but we can go this way because I've cleared this out. Don't want to stand in that effect. Looks like we either need to go up here or over here, so we'll go out this way. God, this thing's full of those things. And if anything straggles out, I'll drop a totem back there. Let these things clean up. Don't ask me why I collect all the flasks. I bought a tab for it and I just collect them. I don't even care. They can sit there because if I start another character, I'll just have some more to tinker with. That's the way I view it. So we let this thing go. If this is that lightning cascade, and we actually have a boss. So if you see a door, there's an arena level you got to go in and fight a boss, which is kind of interesting because it's kind of like what you'd come up to at the end of like a chapter or whatever, or an act or a level in the campaign somewhere. Drop that back there. Should probably be sitting there shooting. Get in, get out, move on. I think I probably want to build more evasion. I've read that armor is better than evasion. However, with this kind of tactic on this character, I think evasion might be the better one to just get in and get out. So we'll go in behind this thing and drop all this stuff off here. Let him die. Go pick up the cool stuff that I want to keep. And what I would actually do here is drop this thing off. And what you can do, I'll probably go sell this stuff. I know I don't need to keep it. This one might be worth it for another character. Oh, not sure if I want to use this flask. 480 life. No, that one's way below. Nope. But I'm going to keep it and throw it in my unique tab. So this fight is probably this chick here. And basically what I do is, once again, drop turrets. I've died to her a few times because she moves all over the damn place. So you basically go drop the turrets off wherever she's at. Totems. Try to avoid this mess that she's flinging out. And just kind of wander around. I wish I could be a little more active in this battle instead of just wandering around. This feels kind of, I don't know, cheap or just... I don't really care for having to sit so far out of the battle and not do anything. But if you stop and try to shoot at this, you just get rolled over. So I just rack her up with turrets. And yes, I know there's a turret that lobs stuff over. I'm not using that. I don't really like it. I probably should have that set up as a secondary for boss fights and then use it there. But that is it. You finish the map, finish this off, and sometimes I'll just grab all this crap up. I know it's not worth anything, but it is what it is, and it makes a little bit of currency, so I'll usually grab that stuff up. Sometimes I don't feel like doing it. Just bring it in here and identify all of it. And then we go through and just sell off all the crap that I don't care about.
For freedom.
Don't know if I care about these boots or not, but I dropped these in my little quad thing. Again, I know I'm probably hoarding stuff that I don't need, but it's fine. And then we get another map, which is now in the map section. So now that we've gone through that whole process, basically there's all these different tiers, and I actually tried a tier 3, one of the ones that is down on the map device here, whatever this guy's stuff is. I tried one of his missions that was actually a tier 3 mission, and he's got some other ones that build up. I'm going to guess that there's white, yellow, and red. That probably corresponds to white, yellow, and red on these devices. Don't know what that thing back there is, but that is the end game. And basically what you're doing is tailoring the end game to what you want. You're going to run one of these maps. You can modify these with the different currency that you've got to do different things with the map. And as these get bigger, like you notice that it's white here and then it goes into yellow and then it goes into red. And then there's these special ones. And I'm going to assume these are some really serious fights that you're going to need to be well geared for. But for me right now, I'm just exploring these easy ones and just tinkering around with it. This has got alleyways, bone crypt, colonnade, and scriptorum. Those are different map designs. Then you come over here, you've got belfry, dry sea, dunes. I did the dunes one that's like the desert thing. And then there's excavation, grotto, precinct, silo, and stagnation. So I just got a silo one. And this one's got a whole bunch of modifiers, so I'll want to gear up a little more before I do that. But then as they go on, like they're not repeating. Like there's shore and toxic and waste. Like I don't think any of these repeat. So there's all these different styles of maps that come in here, and that as you get deeper and deeper into the end game, that's kind of what you're trying to do. So when you start the game out and beat the campaign, I'm more of a person that, let me go this route. I'm more of a person that when I finish the campaign and the credits are rolling, which they don't really roll in this game, but when I finish the game and the campaign is done with, I'm usually done with the game. I'm not worried about going past that. And even with DLC and stuff, I don't tend to go in and play that immediately like I might come back, because usually 40-hour campaign, you're kind of just done with the game at that point. But this kind of opens everything up and it restarts everything in a fresh way. And I've seen some arguments about people that just want to start here and just do this. And I believe that's what they've addressed with Path of Exile 2, is made the campaign a little more dynamic instead of so static, which is good. And I'm looking forward to that. That'll be a cool change to see. But so far I'm kind of liking this. And basically what you're trying to do is get through the campaign, I don't want to say on warp speed, but you want to try to get through it as quickly as possible. And as you develop your gameplay and are able to understand the classes better and the skills better and play better, you're going to get through the campaign quicker. And then you're going to go into endgame and you're going to try to see how far into the endgame you can get and try to get further on the next league and try all the new league mechanics out. And eventually you'll probably be getting into these bosses and stuff. I don't have enough time to get all the way into this. I don't have a care in the world. I'm going to play this and have fun and enjoy this. And then once the next league starts, I'm going to start fresh with the mindset of going into it from the start, rather than, well, you know, I started on standard here, which I don't regret, but I would have probably started on league. I probably should have started there. But anyway, kind of getting besides the point. But anyway, when I start the next league, I'm going to be focused on trying to get here and try a different class out, all that kind of thing. But anyway, we're getting besides the point. That is the end game. That is what you're driving to. And there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more to tailoring it. This is a fairly short video to what it could be. I just wanted to show it a little bit and do some actual gameplay, show what my build is doing. It's not great. Anyway, that will do it for this video. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.